Hi, I'm Carcina.
Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them.
Common is magnetic personality, and Tiffany Haddish thought she had found her man. This is the one. They gonna take me serious now. She didn't realize that she was just something during the pandemic, the lockdown, and she was just for that time being. He didn't see it as something special. And just like Angela Rye and all of these, Common loves himself, and he doesn't know how to express that love for others. And Tiffany was just not able to move on and just think that, oh, he got problems and this and that. Well, all the other women just moved on. Tiffany Haddish is still on this Common, and he did me wrong, and because she was looked at differently when she dated Common. That's what she really wants. She doesn't love Common. She loves the idea of how people looked at her when she was with Common. They took her seriously. She wasn't like the slut bag no more. She had an ounce of respect. So now it's a whole different thing when you're talking about, oh, she's with Common. They're feeling a certain way. Look at the way they moving now. Oh, this is gonna be a beautiful couple. What happens if they have a baby? He's on Good Morning America and all these other shows, and he stands up there with Michelle Obama, and he stood up there with Oprah and all of these others who brought him in, and now he doesn't have to even act anymore. He just gets paid for going around. He's getting all the opportunities now. It's opened up for him. He's with the left party, and his voice is just iconic for them, and they love that. He's so open and giving, and oh, they just love Common. So he can have whatever he wants. So now he's gonna move around and play the field. But he's still an MC, and Tiffany Haddish is just all about that man. She has to have it because what she lost wasn't the man, she lost the respect. So now Jennifer Hudson, she came and stole her man. That was my man, and she just coming in there stealing him. Like, what was that? So now she's the enemy. She's the reason. Two women fighting over a man. This is the typical way the business goes. So, those two from Chicago, Jennifer Hudson and Common. So it's not uncommon for them to have roots here, and they're both on that side of the board, and meaning that they both been in relationships that didn't work. And Common is now seem like he's more serious with Jennifer Hudson than anybody else. This hurts. This hurts certain people. Like, this hurts Tiffany more than anything because she feels okay after the Angela Rye situation. This is just some temporary thing, and he'll dump her and then he'll move on again. This is what Common does. I told people constantly that Common has always had this problem in relationships. You know how some people can date a girl, and I've always said that if you're gonna date a woman, man, don't play, like, don't take him to meet your parents. Same thing with Clay Thompson. You get these women false hope and false idea of what the relationship is. Then you renege on it for whatever the reason is, and then we got to deal with what's left over. And then you got an angry woman who's gonna just take shit out on you for no reason. This is what we're engaged in now. This is the new, supposedly the norm, when in reality it's just another same song where a guy who's immature in real life when it comes to, he's real smart when it comes to the books and poetry, but when it comes to life, he's ignorant and naive and selfish. And it's always these types. So it's a commonality problem. I feel that once this identity wave is broken, where they get out of their own way, then progress can start to happen. The healing can start happening again, because a lot of people lost their way. They came in this game and started going left fast. I feel that now, since everyone's seeing what it is and they gotta understand it, Tiffany Haddish is gonna keep going out of her way to mention how she was wronged by Jennifer Hudson, and she's not gonna fight a woman over no man that don't want him, and try to devalue him as much as possible. But now she's in her 40s, like she's like 43 now. She's no longer in her 30s. She don't want to be out there the drunk girl going wild. And you know, she really wanted to be taken off the board. She wanted to be taken seriously, and now she felt like a lot of that was lost. And then when the controversy of that skit with Ari Spears and came through, and she had to chill out on some gigs that she had set up, and a lot of this is a product of mismanagement, and not handling the separation with her and Common properly. Had she just been quiet about it and just made a statement and then it was over, a lot of people would have had more doors, more opportunities for her to do things. And now it's a lot of people be like, oh, you guys got Tiffany? We don't want Tiffany. Yeah, don't bring Tiffany. This so and so and two friends, but not Tiffany. That has happened a lot. And people know it now. And all of these people are out here, they going crazy about it. And the narratives, the spins, the whole nine, right? People see it for what it is. They know how Common truly is, and then he opens up about a uncle that used to, abuse him sexually when he was a kid and all that stuff. And everybody's like, whoa. Even the people over there that knew Common, like, we ain't know that. But now that would explain a lot. So, it's a difficult time, for a lot of people. And when you don't know how to, deal with your hurt and something that's gone in another direction, I just don't think it was love. I think she loved the idea of them because it made her not look like what she was and what she was portrayed to be. See, here's the thing about women. And this is why I always tell these girls who out here doing all this. I'm like, okay, you hoeing and living the whole life, going through your whole phase. But when you want to cut the whole phase off and get taken seriously, people still gonna be looking at you like a hoe. And you're gonna be like, oh, I'm not a hoe today. Well, are you? You see what I'm saying? They're not gonna believe it. And then it's gonna hurt your feelings because you know you're not that person anymore. But they gonna still see you as that person. So if you play the hole long enough, that's what you're gonna be. That's what you gotta make sure you don't fall into that crowd. Then you'll be spiraling, trying to get that old thing back. That's why you see girls get all old and they try to circle back to the guys that really like, oh, I'm gonna see if he still care about me. So it ain't Jennifer Hudson's fault. You mad that they still together. Like, oh, how he just gonna stay with her longer than he stayed with me? It's eating you up. But in reality, Jennifer's just better for business. She's better for business. She's more compatible to what he want to have done. So that's really just the gist of it. So yeah, yeah, that's just how it is. But you never know these couples, they didn't get married, so that's another flag. So anyway, y'all, I'm out. Don't forget to hit the like button up. Peace.